I'm back to work on this 2016 Ram with the 5.7 HEMI that's been making some engine noises and also leaking a ton of oil. One thing I forgot to mention in the first video is the owner and my coworker stated that there's glitter in the oil. So they have like changed the oil, had metal flakes in the oil, things making metal, which kind of leads to thinking that it is the lifters and not just an exhaust noise. A couple other things with that I want to talk about later in the video, but I want to tell you where I'm at right now. The other night, after looking into it more, doing some research and just trying to get started on it, I got all the coolant drained out of this thing. So you can see down there I got a bucket of coolant, and most of it ended up on the floor, but I did catch some of it on the bucket, so that's exciting. It started to run weirdly down the frame, different than I expected, and my bucket was wedged in there, so that's how that goes. But you can see I got coolant hoses out here, and the radiator is drained. I also have the electric fan and the radiator shroud all removed here, and you can see the electric fan plug in right there. So all that stuff's over here, as well as the front just cover there. So got some stuff off, kind of getting into it, but now I want to try to take this thing all the way down to where the damage is at and get into it today. So we're going to be taking off this fan and clutch and everything here, the belt, alternator, the whole, you know, intake manifold situation, and all that. Like everything you can really imagine to get to the cam and lifters is in the way. So we got a lot of work to do, and I've not done this before, so I'm excited to try it out, see what it's like getting down and dirty in this thing, and then putting it back together and hopefully fixing all the problems. I've got my assistant over here for all the hard to reach places.
I'm fixing.
You fixing it?
I'm fixing the truck.
I'm fixing the truck. Perfect. You keep doing that. That's what I need you to do. Let's get that thing back on the road. But got him out here to help me, and we're going to dive into this thing, so y'all check it out. Back on here. I've just gotten this fan loose here, which it's righty-loosey, so make sure you don't mess that up and go against it. But I've put a vice grip on the pulley behind it to keep it from spinning, and that did the trick pretty easily. And now I've got this where I can keep turning it to the right and unscrew it. I'm gonna get that guy off, and that will be a lot more room here once that's out of the way.
Turn around.
You wanna turn the truck around?
Turn the chair around.
You wanna turn the chair around? I don't know if you'll be able to see it that good if we do. You wanna hold these?
Thank you, Daddy.
You're welcome. Well, if I turn the chair around and you sit down, you won't be able to see nothing.
I couldn't. Big grabber arm.
Big grabber arm?
Grabber arm. I fixed it.
There we go. Got that off. Didn't mean to drop it, but thankfully I had a cushion under there for me to lay on. So nice.
Grabber arm.
Here, hold this for me. Thank you.
Turn it off.
There we go. Alright, can you go put this on the ground for me? Over here? Yeah, can you go set it by the four-wheeler? Yeah, go set that in the pile of stuff. This piece right here. That's the air intake pipe. Where does this go? Oh, look at that. Wow, that's nice. How is this attached? Oh, there we go. Wow, this isn't even bolted into anything. That's easy. Right, so we got the belt off, and the whole intake gave us a lot of room. And then we'll be taking off this plastic cover, figuring out where all the bolts are and everything. But all these coils and everything, the whole front of the motor is going to be coming off. So quite a bit to take off, but at least taking it off is the easy part. One thing that's nice about this setup is it looks like I can fit in there. So I'm going to climb in and get this intake manifold off. Pretty excited about that. they put this thing far enough back, kind of like an old truck where you can actually climb in and work on it. To do that though, on these new rigs, they had to shove it way into the dash so you can see how far back the engine is underneath the dashboard. So can't work on anything in the back of the engine, which you could on an old truck, but at least I can get in there. And he's over here cutting the grass with his tractor. Are you stuck in the mud? Yeah, you are. Yeah, your tractor's stuck. Let me see if I can climb in here. Nice, looks like an anti-sway bar right there. Sturdy place to stand. This would be easier if I had the radiator out. Oh yeah. There we go. Cool. I have a precise fit here. No wiggle room, but let's see if we can get this intake manifold off. I'm blocking my light. Let's see. The hood, I've noticed, is not magnetic. I think it's fiberglass. So that's interesting. Let's tip that. You want to get in here? I don't know if there's room for both of us in here. I need more of an extension, but I'm fixing this Dodge, Hank. That's what I'm fixing. I'm fixing to fix it. I think there's 5 10mm bolts on each side, if anybody cares. And a few plugs. I'm stuck in here. I can't help you, man. I don't know what you want to do. You're gonna have to push the chair over and climb up. Yeah, push the chair over here. Why is this where the oil goes? That's a funny looking thing. That looks like a power steering pump. That's funny. You can't do it? Yeah, just push it over here. Just so y'all can see what I'm seeing. Got pretty good lighting and everything in here, the way I'm standing, and got my Harbor Freight light set up. And now I gotta take this fuel line off and a few connectors. There's a connector or two back here I gotta get off, but slowly getting it out. And then whatever else is in the way, we'll see, but this whole top piece has to come off, and valve covers and all that. A bunch of stuff's got to come off. I think the alternator comes off for some reason. We'll see. We'll figure that out. Everything that's in the way has got to come off, and then eventually it's all going to have to go back together. Got the fuel line off on one of the connectors, and I can feel the other connector. I see he's got another oil leak up here, so it's good we're replacing this gasket also. And that one connector I can't quite get to. It's all the way back here. I'll get that in a minute.
Get in.
You want to get in here? Who's that coming?
Next time. This guy. Oh, I'm going for a mess.
I think I got all the bolts out. I don't know what else is connected to it, so I'm going to start picking it up and see what all comes up with it. Maybe. Let's see. Did I forget some bolts? Alright, this is all connected. That's got a bolt right there. I don't think I have all the size sockets I need, but I put all the tools I could in arm's reach. That's my suggestion before you climb into the truck. Make sure you got everything you think you might need. I heard these clips are a pain. There's one. Let me go ahead and unplug this. This one's all covered in oil. Maybe that'll make it easier. Nope. Oh, yep, there we go. I was about to get carried away and try to figure out how to take this off just to get to this one, but thankfully it has some flexibility in it. And I got the tab up. Let's see if I can push the button. Yep, there we go. Got that one off. So, all right, there's all those connectors, and then I think I have a bolt right over here, and I have the wrong size in here with me, so we'll get out and grab that, I know I got one connector in the back, and we'll see what else is still attached. Giving this connector another try because I really don't want to get where I can't get to it and start pulling it out and have a weird situation where I'm tearing stuff up. It's so hard to push the button and pull it. Haven't got it yet. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pull this out and get it. I just don't want to break it. Got this stuff disconnected here. This looks like it can stay. Where does this go? Down here somewhere. So this probably could stay on here. Come off down here. Got everything in arm's reach just about, except my socket set. I'll probably do that next time. The more I look at it, the more everything's all connected to each other. There's a lot of important stuff right here. So, gotta be gentle while also being able to squeeze and pull this thing. Let's see, it's got a little slack in it. I'm gonna see if I can get it out a little farther. That's out of the way. Oh, this is something. Disconnect that. Alright, a lot more access now. So here's what we're looking at currently. I can see right into the air intake, and obviously important things are happening right there. I can see valves, so don't want to drop anything in here. And I still have one connector in the back there to get off. Whole camera shoved right in the engine just about, so we can see what's going on here. Yeah, down from there. I think the issue is I just don't know how it wants me to push this button and what combination of pushing and pulling I need to do to get this out. Why did they put the most difficult connector on the back of the engine? I don't understand. I still can't really see the darn thing. There it is. Woo! Got it. After some minor frustration, I think we've got the intake free-ish. Actually, it doesn't feel that free. I feel like I still have a connector. You know what I think it is? It feels like a plastic Christmas tree that's holding the connectors on that I just pulled off. Yep, there's that. Alright, that should be it. That's got 20 plugs on it, so we'll get that on video as to where that went. So this goes here. This stuff went up on top of the front, and then this went in this area here, and that went on this bolt right there. I really just do YouTube videos so that I can figure out what I did and undo it. Is it free? Can y'all see? It feels like I'm hung up on something. There we go. Now what do I do with it? How do I get out of here? Drop my light. Alright, so now the intake is there, and this is here. You can see what we're working with here. That looks like a valve. So this is pretty filthy. We'll have to clean this up real nice without getting anything down in there. I have this random oil filler neck cushion thing. Here's the plugs that were kicking my butt back there, but got a major piece of this puzzle undone now. That's good. TJ has showed up to hand me tools. Here's my tools. And I'm gonna pull this up now. I've gotten these bolts out, a bunch of wires disconnected, and we'll see if I can hand this to him. I got one right here, I can feel it. It's holding it. Alright, that should be it. Definitely feels stuck on something back here. Yeah, there we go. Watch out, these will dump coolant on you. It's moving a lot. Oh, it's the coils themselves. So I need to take these off. Yeah, there's your problem right there. That's not supposed to stay in there. Pretty sure I've seen people take them out with the coil still in it, but I didn't want to tear them up. And we can see down inside here, got the rocker and springs and all kinds of good old engine stuff. Spark plugs are down in there. What am I stuck on? What am I stuck on? There we go. Alright, I think we found the actual last bolt. This one was not the last bolt. That one just holds the bracket on like I thought. But there's one hidden behind right here. Okay. Stack of bolts. Let's see what that does. Oh yeah, coolant. Missing the bucket. There we go. Go in the bucket. Nope, not in the bucket. There's more coolant in there than I thought. It's very tight and wet down here trying to get the AC compressor out. I'm not trying to fully remove it because I lost my socket. Because I want to not have to take all the Freon out, but I gotta take these studs out in order to let it hang here. And it'd be nice if I had a car lift, but that's my storage rack right now, so we're getting it done. Here's where I left off on the truck. I've just got back from AutoZone from the second time. This is what $900 looks like from AutoZone, unfortunately. So, got some concentrate coolant, so I can dilute that with distilled water and not have to buy, 5 jugs. I think it takes 5 gallons of coolant. And then I got new coils, ignition coils, so you can see what the old ones look like. Some of them look kind of like corroded in there, like blue corrosion. Yeah, this one has it down in there, and seem to have been on there for a while. So talked to the owner of the vehicle, and they were like, yep, go ahead and do what you would do to your truck. And if it was me, I would put new ones on there. Let me turn my light off while I'm not looking at it. If it was me, I'd go ahead and do it while I was in there because they're kind of hard to get to. Same thing with the spark plugs. So got 16 spark plugs. This thing takes 2 spark plugs per cylinder. You can see 2 per cylinder right there. Should have left the light on. Then let's see what else we got. Oil for me to change the oil twice, as well as Mopar filters. So I'm planning on changing the oil pretty quickly after getting this all together and having it broke in. You can see the belt also was looking a little tired, so we got a new belt. And then with the oil change, they threw in a free air filter. So if he's still got the stock air filter in the box over there, I'll swap that out for a new one, unless he has like a K&N or something that's cleanable in there. Alright, now I've got the Harmonic balancer puller. The one on the truck got damaged by my puller set, so I need a new Harmonic balancer, which is like 80 bucks. And then this puller is the third I've tried, so we'll see if that one works. The second one I just bought from AutoZone today was the wrong style and couldn't grab on to the inside of this either. So I'm hoping this one that was 60 bucks will do the trick, because that was kind of a pain not being able to get that off. So that's still on there. Once that's off, that will let me get this front cover off, which is where you see the timing chain and all that fun stuff, which is why I had to remove the AC compressor that bolted to that and a few bolts out of the oil pan in the front there. So this is a major piece I'm going to try to get off tonight. I also want to get the heads off as soon as I can, because that's the next big thing there. But with where we're at right now, definitely making some progress. Let's see if some of this money spent goes into this thing running smooth, here shortly. Testing out the new puller on the new part here just to make sure it fits before I climb in there. And this seems like a better option here. This seems to actually grab onto it. So you put it in and twist it until it kind of engages there. The other one had claws that were trying to grab onto this angled surface and it was just slipping off. Wasn't catching on anything. And then the first one I had just wasn't the right style at all. So now we should be in business here. Let's see if we can get the old one off. And then I won't install this new one until we get all the parts replaced inside. But I want to make sure I had a new one so that we didn't end up with a damaged one on this truck anymore. Got my safety cushion here in case this thing flies off towards the radiator. Like I'm looking at the whole thing right now. There it goes. Now it's out. Okay, now I gotta take this off. Alright, so this was the one. The old Duralast 8-1 TAC 057 ratcheting guy worked good on this Hemi. There we go. And you can see that damage there from my first puller where it slipped and took a chunk out of it. There we go. Don't drop that. Alright. Got some gasket left behind. What part is that? There we go. I think I'm gonna call it a night. It's about 10:30 on Sunday. Gotta work tomorrow. And the next step really is taking the heads apart. And that's maybe a big job, I don't know, but y'all come back for the next video, see how these lifters are looking, because once I get all that out of here, I can see where the damage was done. Or maybe there was no damage and this was all for nothing, just had some oil leaks. We caught it in time. We'll see. So y'all come back, check out the next video. Be sure to subscribe. Check us out on Instagram. We got TikTok, Facebook, all that good stuff now. So really enjoying this so far. Taking it apart is the easy part though. So we'll see how going back together goes.